Hey everyone, I have Adam Hammonds with me. He is the Director of Elections in Spartanburg County, and he is, going through this process of our change in the chance to vote early. So, Adam, let's talk about that. That is a big deal in South Carolina. Before, people would have to give a reason why, and they'd have to go through sometimes what they felt were more hoops than they do now. So talk about how the change of being able to vote early, 2 weeks early, is helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest change is, like you said, there's no reason required. You can just come right in. It's pretty much looks just like it does on election day when you go to vote at your precinct, where we're set up. You just come in, you provide your photo ID. They look you up in the computer, and then they let you vote right there in the room. So it's a nice and easy and quick process. We have not seen any lines yet in Spartanburg County at our early voting location. I haven't heard of any across the upstate, so I think the counties are doing a good job of making that opportunity easy for people. Each county has early voting going on, not just in Spartanburg, it is statewide. So anywhere in the upstate, check with your county. Some counties have more than one location, but check with your county of residence and see where they're holding early voting in Spartanburg. It's here at the Spartanburg Administration Building at 366 North Church Street. But each county is holding it, so just make sure you check before you go so you know where you're going.
And the opportunity to go to that location and vote in Spartanburg County, for example, if you were to run into any, problems when you vote, like you didn't realize your license had expired, et cetera, those kind of issues, the office there is right there to be able to go and tackle the problem you might face. Whereas on election day, you might have to go drive somewhere else and go through a whole hassle.
Right. That's the nice thing about early voting is it's basically right here in our office. It's in a conference room right across the hall. So any kind of little issue we can get taken care of right here while you're here, in and out, nice and easy. As you said, you don't have to worry about election day, maybe driving to our office if there's a problem, because you're already here to get it taken care of prior to election.
Right. So this is going on until June the 10th. Is that right? So up until June 10th, you can go and vote early.
That is correct. We're open each day this week, each weekday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and that's across the state as well. That's the standard hours, 8:30 to 5 each weekday until 5 p.m. on the 10th. That is the last day early voting will be held.
But early voting is not available on the weekend. So if you in any way thought that was a possibility, that is not the case.
Right. It is not, and part of that law that was passed, that was put in there that during primaries and special elections, we're open during regular business hours. In November, when we're gearing up for the general election, there are Saturday hours that will be required by law. So every office in the state will be open from 8:30 to 6 on the 2 Saturdays during early voting. So again, in a bigger election and in the general election, there'll be even more opportunities than what people are having this time.
And what is the sense that you're getting about the races that people are coming out for? I know we have the primary for superintendent of education. That's a big deal for people in South Carolina.
Right. Yes, we've seen a lot of interest in our statewide offices. There's several folks on both sides of the aisle running for governor and running for superintendent of education. There's on the Democratic side, there's 3 people running for U.S. Senate against Tim Scott's seat. And so there's definitely a lot of interest in our statewide. And then we do have some county stuff, and each county has different things going on. In Spartanburg, we have 3 county council races that are all have a primary on the Republican side. And so kind of depending on whichever side of the aisle you're on, there's something for you to vote on in Spartanburg County coming up on June the 14th, or come and get it done early when we're open this week.
Are you impressed to see that there are opposition candidates this time around? I mean, a lot of the time we go in and a lot of people run unopposed. It seems like there's more interest in the process again.
Yes, there's definitely been what I would say maybe an uptick in people filing. People interested in running, being interested in being a part of the process. As you said, I think that's a good way to say it. Is, people are involved locally and obviously at the state level too. But we definitely have seen interest at the local level for our local elected officials.
Interesting. All right. Well, we appreciate it. Is there anything we need to make sure we don't forget? Mainly just the photo ID.
Yeah, got to have a photo ID to vote. So just make sure you bring your photo ID with you. If you're coming early, come on down to our office this week and get it done. If you're going to go out to your polling place, They'll be open next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Again, make sure you bring your photo ID, and you can always check scvotes.gov. That's the State Election Commission's website that you can look up your voter registration information. It would tell you where your precinct is, the address if you're not sure where to go. All those details are readily available on scvotes.gov. They also have a list of all the counties and their early voting locations. So if you don't live in Spartanburg and you want to check where Greenville or Anderson or someone is voting, you can do that on scvotes.gov as well.
And you can also look up your ballot, right? So you can actually take a look
Yes.
at the candidates, and if you want to do some Googling about who these people are, you can
Right,
do that before
right.
you go, right?
Yep. On that same website, scvotes.gov, there's a sample ballot feature that'll pull up what your ballot's going to look like on Election Day. And you can select either Republican or Democratic at that time, so you can see exactly what you would see when you walk into the booth to vote.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
And happy voting.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks.